Hey, what's up everybody? Just a few short hours from the recording of this video at about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jerome Powell, well, we're going to find out about what the interest rate increase is going to be right around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe a little bit before then. But right around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the chairman of the Federal Reserve is going to take that podium, and that is when the markets are going to move one way or another. I believe the markets have baked in a 0.25% or 25 basis point rate increase. Now, I think where the markets are going to definitely react, unless Jerome Powell decides to go 50 basis points, in that case, I think the markets are going to react in a big way. But I don't think he's going to do that. Of course, that's just my opinion. But like I said, I think the markets definitely have a 25 basis point rate increase baked in. So if they do indeed announce a 25 basis point rate increase, I don't think we're going to see markets do much. And when Jerome Powell takes that podium right around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he's going off of his scripted notes, the same script pretty much that he says that comes out of his mouth every single time, the markets aren't really going to react to that either, because the markets already know what he is going to say. He's going to probably say something to the effect of, the Federal Reserve is not going to stop until inflation is back down to the 2% goal. Probably something about softening of the labor markets, and he's going to probably say, based on recent data that has come out, what the Federal Reserve is doing is working. But we pretty much know that jibber jabber is going to come out of his mouth somewhere, maybe not those exact words, but some way or another. That's probably, in my opinion, what he is going to say. Where the markets are going to really move is when he goes off script and the media starts asking him questions. He normally says something that maybe the next day he wishes that he didn't say, but that is when the markets are going to move. So it's going to be very interesting to see, and that's something that I'm definitely going to be dialed into. I know a lot of people may not want to watch the press conferences. He's pretty boring, but I definitely want to hear the words, the nonsense that comes out of his mouth. And I say nonsense with all due respect. Isn't it funny though, how someone who's not a elected official, someone who's not really a part of our government at all, it's supposed to be a private company. He's technically not a part of our federal government. He's not an elected official. He's not a part of Congress. But in many ways, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, no matter who it is at the time, right now it's Jerome Powell, but whoever at the current time when you're watching this video is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, they hold the power. They hold all the power. Just let that sink in just for a moment. More power in a lot of cases than the President of the United States, more power than Congress, more power than the Senate, more power than the House of Representatives, because they have the ability to print money, to stop printing money on a whim. Not only does the Federal Reserve, our central bank, have the ability to print as much money as they want. They can turn that spigot off. They can turn that spigot back on. They can do so without a vote from Congress. Congress spends a bunch of money as well. But both branches, the House of Representatives and the Senate, have to come to a vote. And then the legislation has to be signed by the President of the United States. But the Federal Reserve, our central bank, can spend money, turn that spigot on, turn that spigot back off without any of that. They can give money to foreign countries. They can give money to any bank that they want to. They can do pretty much anything that the Federal Reserve wants to do. They also have the power to create jobs and to take jobs away. Many times in these press conferences, in fact, pretty much every time in these press conferences, right after the rates have been increased, every single time the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell talks about we need softening of the labor market. That could mean a number of different things, but they really mean the same thing, and that is losing jobs. Either losing a current job that you already have, or taking away positions, taking away hiring that a company was going to do, and they take those positions away, those recs away. So the Federal Reserve has a lot of power, but we are definitely going to see markets move one way or another today. And I don't get into price predictions because we have no idea where the prices of silver and gold are going to go. We don't know where the stock market is necessarily going to go. A lot of people like to claim they know where the prices of each of these are going to go. Premiums are going to move on physical silver and gold. The paper price for silver and gold is going to move. Premiums on physical metals are going to move, most likely based on demand, how much I are buying at the current time. I'm not buying much, to be honest. I'm stacking more cash than anything else at the moment. Nothing in this video is financial advice, just giving my thoughts, my opinions. Please do your own homework, your own due diligence, and come to your own conclusions. But like I have previously stated, it looks like a 25 basis point or 0.25% increase is baked into the market. So if he does decide to go more hawkish, like by 50 basis points or 0.5%, then we could see markets go down, and maybe even go down by a lot. We could see silver and gold possibly get hammered tomorrow if he decides to go by 50 basis points, which I don't believe that's going to happen, but who knows? It could. Unpredictable. But according to the FedWatch tool, and according to what the markets are saying and what the so-called experts are saying, it looks like it's going to be 0.25% or 25 basis points. Now, on the flip side, if he was going to do a 50 basis point rate increase, we could see markets really come down. Stock markets, silver and gold, all the markets come down, and in a big way. On the flip side, if he does nothing at all, or does a pause, or even hints at all, if he gives any sort of a hint of a pivot in this press conference, then we could see markets go up in a big way. There was a CNBC article that came out this morning, and I'm not going to read this whole article. I just want to highlight one of the key points from this CNBC article, and it says, while the market is anticipating a dovish, and I'm using air quotes, dovish Fed inclined to halt rate hikes to start cutting later this year, stubbornly high prices could change that. So very important to pay attention to what Chairman Jerome Powell says during this press conference. And like I said, I will be watching. Is he going to give any key indicators what he is going to do moving forward? Another thing that he likes to say a lot is the Federal Reserve is going to be watching market conditions, watching what inflation does, watching all the data that comes in. Quite often, they leave a lot to be desired, and he likes to leave a lot of uncertainty. Will there be any key indicators? I'm going to be watching for those key indicators in this press conference today. So we don't know what's going to happen. I'm definitely going to be dialed into this press conference right around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate everybody for watching. Smash that thumbs up button on the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.